So let's start with section 3.7, the derivative of inverse trig functions, which is the sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, cosecant. Now, the derivative arc sine u, what's the meaning of arc? Every time when you see arc, it means the inverse. Okay? So it's the same thing. If you want to use this one, the same thing. Just the inverse of the trig function. So the derivative of arc sine u, you always you have to focus on the angle. So here is the angle u. The derivative is going to be the derivative of the angle over square root 1 minus the angle square. That's it, and you have to simplify this part. The same thing for the arc cosine u, negative derivative of the angle, square root 1 of u squared. For the arc tangent u is going to be the derivative of the angle and over 1 plus u squared. The derivative of arc cotangent u was going to be negative u prime 1 plus u squared. Is that how just have to plug in and simplify? That's our goal. The derivative of arc secant u is going to be u prime, and the absolute value of u, square root of u squared minus 1. You see the difference between this one and this one? Because I'm telling you that because before we can't use the notes, so we have to memorize these. That's the difference between this one, and there is u square absolute value of u. The derivative of arc cosecant u is going to be negative. The opposite of this one, negative. And the same thing here. And again, the same thing when you hear the word arc, this means the same thing, the inverse. So if you check the box, sometimes you're going to see inverse, which is the same thing. That means the inverse of the sine. So you have to use this rule, okay? I don't know why they use an arc, because all the books almost using the inverse. Okay? To try to do some example. Let me ask it mine. Variable x arc sine x minus 3. So we need to find the derivative. That means you can say f prime to the x equal 1. First of all, here is the u equal x minus 3. You can find the prime is what?
1.
So now I'm going to use the rule. What it says? It's u, right?
U prime
U prime over what?
over 1 minus u squared.
U squared. Okay, so that means f prime to the x equal u prime, which is 1, over square root of 1 minus u squared, which is x minus 3 squared. Now this is the derivative, but can I simplify it? I'm just gonna open this parentheses. 1 over square root of, here is 1 minus x minus 3 and what? And x minus 3. That's mean f prime to the x is going to be equal to 1 over square root of 1 minus x times x. So x squared, be careful, the negative sign will give you minus 3x minus 3x plus 9. So f prime to the x is going to be equal to 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared plus 6x minus 9. Is that right? I combine these together, is negative 6x. Then I distribute the negative sign, so it's going to be negative x squared plus 6x minus 9. Then last step, going to be 1 over, going to be negative x squared plus 6x minus 8. That's it. I'm just simplifying. So the derivative of arc sine, which is the sine inverse to the x minus f(a) is going to be here. Okay? Don't have to simplify it anymore. That's it. Can we do the same thing? So the first thing before, I'm gonna say here's the angle u equal -2 t squared. That's mean u prime equal -4t. Because everything is to work with the angle. So here's the u, and here's the u, here's the derivative. Now, what about the derivative of r cosecant equal what? R cosecant equal -u prime over the absolute value of u square root of u square minus 1. Negative u prime over absolute value of u square root. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and plug in u prime and the u. That's mean f prime to the x is going to be equal negative u prime is -40. So you have to be careful. There's a negative with the formula over the absolute value of u, the absolute value of -2 is squared. And here is the square root of u square minus. Now, can we simplify it? F prime to the x. Here it's 4t. Then I multiply negative times negative. What's the absolute value of everything here?
2t squared.
2t squared. Simplify this part, which is now we're going to begin 4t
To the fourth.
That's a step. And I can put this one. But this one, t with 1t was the left. That one, we can have 4, so the left is 2. So 2 over, I left from here only 1t. So 2 over t, square root of 4 t to the power 4 minus. That's it. Why chain rule? There's no
Or
point.
get the 3.
So leave the 3 now. Look how much you
7 over x.
7 over x. That means u prime is what?
Yeah.
It's 7 over x. It's 7 over x.
-7.
No, is it?
What rule I'm going to use? If I need to find, I'm not looking here. Quotient rule. I'm looking only for the angle. Yes, so the quotient rule, okay? You see? That's why I'm write down the u on the side, so I'm not gonna do mistakes. I'm not gonna confuse myself here. So I'm gonna go on the side, u prime is u prime is going to be the bottom part times the derivative of the top, which is
What?
no, the derivative of the top
0.
minus the top part, the derivative of the bottom, which is
1. Not 1?
it's 1.
1.
That's why I stopped.
So it is -7.
Over x squared. You see, it's -7, but over x squared. Simplify this one, so u prime is going to be -7 over x squared. Now I'm gonna go back here. It's 3 times. So you're right. You're gonna say, okay, can I use the product rule? Yes, you can use the product rule, but be careful, it's the same thing, when you have 3x squared. You're using the product rule on this one. You're gonna say the first one times the derivative of the second one, which is 2x, plus the second one times the derivative of the first one, which is 0. That's why this is cancelled, only the left here. So it's gonna be 6x. So the same thing here. If you're using the product rule, you're gonna say the first one times the derivative here, plus the second one times the derivative here, which is 0. So it's cancel the second part. So we can keep the 3. What's the derivative here?
It's negative u.
So here is gonna be okay. This look
Negative.
like multiplication. So negative u, which is negative
U prime.
u prime. So negative with the negative 7 over x squared. Everything over what?
Square root of 1 minus u squared.
1 minus u squared, which is 7 over x squared. That means it's going to be 3 times. This one is going to be 7 over x squared. Over. Yes or no? Because this is over 1. So I can multiply, just put the 3 here. And let's check, can we simplify it? Square root of 1 minus, is that 7 squared, which is 49. You don't have to type 7 squared at the end. So 49 over x squared. Now tell me, what's the next step? I'm not gonna confuse myself about the 3. You can keep the 3 here out. You can just keep the 3 out. Now look here, what I'm going to do, because there's x squared. So what I'm going to do, find the denominator here, which is
49.
no,
X squared.
x squared. So I'm gonna multiply this side by
X squared.
x squared. That's me 3. This is 7 over x squared. And here is going to be square root, multiply here, this is over 1 by x squared. By x squared multiply here inside. That means it's going to be x squared over x squared, which is equal 1 minus 49 over x squared. Is that cool? Let's check how we're gonna simplify it more. 3. This is 7 over x squared. And here is the square root. Now it's going to be x squared minus 49 over what? Over x squared. Now, can I take the x squared from the bottom out, the root? That means this is the same thing, 3, 7 over x squared over square root of x squared minus 49 over the square root of x squared. Yes or no?
Yeah.
We're not gonna do anything here, just take this one out of the square, which is x. So it's going to be 3, 7 over x squared over square root x squared minus 49 divided by what? By x. Can I simplify this x with this one? Yes or no?
Yes.
Because you're gonna take this one and flip this one. So one from here and one from here. So what's the left? The left is 3 times 7, 21 over square root of x squared minus 49. That's it. Can you simplify it more?
She did. I was like, what?
Now she told me. Late.
I don't understand.
Perfect. So it's gonna be 7, here is the 3, Here is 7 over x. That's mean. You write down 21 over x and flip this one, so the x going where? On the bottom. So it's gonna be 21 over x. Square root of x squared minus 4, 9. Okay, perfect. That's making sense.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. There, Dave.
So the derivative of the x.
You got it right, give him 1 point, so you can get a 99.5.
So the first one,
Hate this class.
9.4 is what
Sign.
comes down.
Wait, what?
9.4.
so
That's gonna be.
they left the example, I wonder what your grade. So the first one is the product rule, because this is a function by itself and this is a function by itself. So the first one times the derivative of the second one.
Which is 1 over.
So on the side, I'm gonna say here is the u, because I need to find the derivative here. U is x. U prime is what?
One.
That's me. The derivative, the arc of sine x is going to be what?
1 over
1 over
square root of 1 minus x squared.
x squared. Plus the second one times the derivative of the first one, which is,
The same thing,
3
times 3.
yes, the same thing. Times the derivative on the top, which is a 3. Now, next step. Number 1. E to the 3x
Over. Yeah, so
plus,
or sine, or 3. What, like E?
it doesn't matter,
It doesn't matter how you write it.
it doesn't matter.
That's good.
Just always we put the number in the beginning, it's multiplication.
Yeah.
You can write down the 3 here, 3 here, doesn't matter, but don't write down the 3 here.
Yeah.
It could be wrong, okay?
And that's it.
That's it.
Well, that's it, so I got it right.
Are you stopped? Are we gonna do the same steps? Applying to the x is going to be
Squared.
first one times the derivative of arc tangent is what?
It's gonna be 3 over 1 plus 3x.
Because the u is 3x. So u prime is going to be 3 over 1 plus
3x. Squared.
squared. Plus the second one,
Or 10.
arc tan 3x times the derivative of the first one, which is 2x. That means it's going to be 3x squared over 1 plus 9x squared. That's right. Tangent. That's it.
Just leave it like that.
Just did it like that. Did they tell you simplify it? No. I'm not thinking. What about the next one? Be careful, it's not the product rule, it's a plus between these two functions. Yes or no? So here is the u. The u here, exactly the same angle. I already know u equal 3x. U prime is going to be 3. The same angle, so I don't have to do twice. That means the derivative is going to be what? For the sine, going to be u prime, which is 3 over square root 1 minus
U2. U squared, sorry.
ux.
3x squared.
3x squared. Plus the same thing here. What's the derivative of u prime? But the formula says what?
Negative.
A negative 3 over square root 1 minus 3x squared. It's gonna simplify it. 3 over 1 minus 9x squared minus 3 over 1 minus 9x squared. Can we simplify it?
Thank you.
So out of 5 to the x is going to be equal. It's a chocolate cake. Let's work on this one. This is a really cool example. So to find the derivative, we're gonna find the derivative here and here. But the main thing when we simplify. So y prime, before I start, I'm gonna say y by itself. It's the r tangent x over 2 minus, can I distribute the 2? 1 over, because I'm going to do the derivative, I'm not gonna say the first one times or using the quotient rule here. So it's gonna be what? 2x squared plus 8.
On to the-
Okay. If you didn't do that,
But
we're
I
gonna get
kept
the
the, I kept the whole thing in parentheses, so.
but you will see what's gonna happen. That's why I'm doing that. So what's the derivative for the
That is,
y prime is going to be?
y prime is 1 over.
So
over
I already
half
know
Over,
the u is what? X over. That means u prime is what?
it's gonna be the bottom one,
2 times the derivative on the top, which is 1,
1.
minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, which is 0. Over 2 squared.
2 squared, so it's 1/2.
Okay, that's mean. Is going to be 2 over 4, which is half. That's mean. Half tangent x over u of x over 2 is going to be what? U prime,
Yeah,
which is half over
1 plus u squared.
u squared, which is x over 2 squared minus. This is only this part,
The quotient,
the quotient rule, which is
so it's the bottom one times the derivative of the top one.
there's the bottom one.
0.
Times 0 minus, and be careful, the minus for everything here.
Mm,
Over what?
Over the
Top,
top,
which is
which is, I
for
kept that
x,
too, so I did a chain rule.
for x plus 0. Yes or no? The bottom one times the derivative on the top minus the top, which is 1, times the derivative of the bottom, which is 4x, and here is 0. Okay, over what? Over 2x squared plus 8 squared. Now let's simplify everything. Y prime is going to be the 8.55. This is 1 over 2 times what? Write down this on the flip, but before that, we'll keep it 1 over 2 here. Over 1 plus x squared over what? 4. Minus, let's simplify this side. This is 0, so a negative 4x times negative, yes or no, over 2x squared plus 8 squared. So far, is that cool? Now, what I'm going to do here. So what? can cancel out.
I'm just checking to see if I did the chain rule, I don't know if I still have the same answer, so I'm just checking.
So here, you have to find the common, because the common denominator is going to be 4, you can cancel with the 2. That's mean you're gonna multiply by 4/4, that's mean y prime is going to be. This is the half over. This one is going to be 4 plus x squared over what? Over 4. So, okay, I'm gonna cancel this one with this one and left here. What about the next part? What I'm going to do? We're gonna tell. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's do it here on the side. That's mean it's what? 2x squared plus 8. And 2x squared plus 8. So again, formula is going to be what? 4x to the power of 4 plus 16x squared plus 16x squared plus
So
64.
4x to the 4th plus 32x squared. Plus,
So x squared, okay, it's 32. This is 4.
yeah, to the 4th.
The power of 4, 32x squared
Yes.
plus 64. Now check what I'm going to do. So now, can I take a 4 as a common?
Yes.
So here is the 4. What's the left?
X to 4,
Plus
8x
square plus what?
My calculator.
Plus 16. Okay? Here's the thing. Here's the 4. Then I write down everything here as the x squared plus 4 squared. That's mean if you factor this one, don't overthink it. You factor this one. Here is the 4. It's going to be x squared plus 4. And x squared plus 4. And then it's going to be 4 x squared plus 4 squared. Okay, I'll check why I'm doing that. So on this side, it's going to be 4x over what? 4
X squared plus 4.
plus 4 squared. First of all, the 4 cancel with the 4.
Mm,
On this side, what I'm going to do. 2 with the 4, and the left is 2, right? So we go. I down these, we can jump here.
Would this end up being 2 over 4 plus x squared plus x?
Okay, so we said we're gonna cancel this one with this one. This is 2. And the 4 with the 4. So y prime is going to be, what's the left here? Is 1 over. Okay, let's add down. 4 plus x squared. Right, on this side, plus,
Is this 2 over
So we
2?
went the 2, so it'd be 2 over 4 plus x squared.
2, yeah. So it's gonna be 2, yeah, because you're gonna flip it. 2 over, and here is going to be x over x squared
Weird.
plus 4 squared. Now what's the next step? See, you're working with me.
So you have to continue to simplify?
Yes, we can simplify it.
Multiply that side by 4 plus x squared.
Okay, so can you flip it? Can you? It's the same thing, it's addition. This one plus this one is the same thing, x squared plus 4.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be similar to this one.
Yes.
Oh, so it's cube,
You
so
see,
2x,
no, wait,
no, 2 plus x,
no overthinking.
no?
X squared 4 plus x and x squared plus 4. The main thing here, this one exactly the same thing here. So I need to get the common denominator. And I multiply the whole thing here by x squared plus 4. That's mean y prime. Okay. Here's 2 x squared plus 4. I'm going to multiply by x squared plus 4 and multiply here. You don't know. Here's a plus x over you don't know. Now on the top, is that 2x squared plus 8? Y prime is going to be 2x squared plus 8. On the bottom, is that x squared plus 4 squared? Yes or no? If like this one in parentheses, this is gonna say, okay, it's the same one squared. On the goal, we're gonna get the same common denominator with this part. The same, that's mean y prime is going to be 2x squared plus 8 plus x over and you can see what's the next. What's the next? You can keep it like this. See how it's cool,
Or I
which
guess
is mean, because
tangent line, the equation
which is y minus y1 equal
equals down.
x minus x1. So we need to find the slope, which is the same thing, the derivative, right?
Yeah,
So I need to find the derivative here. So I'm not gonna care about the point now. So y equal 5 r sine x.
right.
That's what I'm telling you, it's easy one. Why? Because check the angle. The angle is x, right? It's not like the angle before, x over 7 or 3x squared or quotient. No. And it's only 5 times the angle. It's not, if you're using the product rule, also it's going to be the first one times the derivative plus the second one times the derivative of the first one, which is 0. So that's why I'm telling you it's easy. So it's going to be 5. What's the derivative of arc sine?
It's
1 over,
Over
square root
x squared.
which is what?
1 minus
1 minus x.
x squared.
That's it. This is the derivative. Can you simplify it? You want to simplify it, just y prime equal 5 over square root 1 minus x squared. Now, this is the slope. The slope for what?
The whole line.
For the whole line, which is look like a curve. It's a curve with the arc, inverse of the sine, times 5. If you know how to graph it, we learn that on pre-calc. So now it's a curve. I need to find the tangent line to that curve, okay? I have the slope for the whole curve. I need the slope to at this point. So the slope at 1/2 5 pi over 6 equal what? This is x and here is y. Y prime is going to do what? Do I have y here? Do I have y here? No, that's mean I'm not gonna plug in 5 over 6. This is gonna plug in what? The half. So it's gonna be 5 over square root 1 minus half square. So it's going to be 5 over square root 1 minus 1 over 4. Simplify this one. 5 over square root is going to be 4 over 4 minus 1 over 4. So it's going to be 5 over square root of 4, 3 over 4. Is going to be 5 over square root of 3 over 2. Yes or no? That means it's going to be what? Write down this, flip this one. So it's going to be 10 over. Yes or no?
Yes.
That's it. This is the slope. We're just gonna plug in the slope here. And plug in the point. That means y minus y1, which is 5 pi over 6 equal the slope. X minus half. What's the next step? Move this one here. Y equal 10 over the square root of 3x. 10 times this one is going to be what? Minus 10 times this one, 10 with the 5 with the 2, going to be 5 over square root of 3. And we're gonna move this one to the other side, so plus 5 pi over 6. That's it. Do you have to combine these together? Do you have to combine these together? No, you don't have to. This is the y-intercept here. So here is the slope, x, and everything here is the intercept, the y-intercept. Remember, it's y equal mx plus b. This is the intercept. So just keep it like this.
Is that negative 5 pi over 6?
Yes, negative 5, which one?
That one, yeah.
Yes, we're gonna plug in here. Y minus y1. Let's try to solve this one. So I was thinking, you're gonna say, okay, here's y, x, I'm gonna write down 4 x equal to the half. I'm just gonna write down this again. X over what? 7. Now what's the next step? I'm just gonna focus here. So y prime is what? The first one, it's the product rule, right? So it's a
Oh, sorry.
the
Yeah.
product rule. We have 1 over 7. So 1 times half 4 minus x squared. So the negative half times the derivative of inside negative 2x plus the first one times the derivative of the second one plus the second one times the derivative of the first one x not x squared. It's 4 minus x squared to the half plus I already know for what x over 7. That's mean u prime is what bottom 1 times the derivative of the top 1 minus the top over 7 squared. So it's going to be yes, 1 over 7. Cancel the 7 with the 7. And the whole thing is 0. So it's going to be u prime equal 1 over 7. When we go back here, the arc of sine is going to be what? U prime, which is 1 over 7 over square root of 1 minus x over 7
Squared.
squared. Let's try to simplify it more. Can I cancel this one with this one? 2 with the 2 for this multiplication. Now x times x negative x squared, don't forget there is negative sign here, over, is that the same thing? Because it's negative, I'm gonna write it down as a positive exponent. Plus this one, which is 4. So I'm gonna write down a square root also here. Square root of 4 minus x squared plus this one is 1/7. Write down this flip. What's gonna happen here? So this one goes up. Well, the last
Yeah, I kind of got lost.
where? What did you lose?
Oh, I see. Okay,
That's
okay,
down-
product rule and then you edit, okay, never mind. Okay,
So I'm talking about here. What's gonna happen here?
you can keep it flipped, so it'll be square root of 1 minus.
Square root 1 minus x squared over 4/9 over 7. Now tell me what's the next step?
Now you combine
So the whole thing now is,
this common denominator.
yeah, the whole thing now is just simplification. So can I write down this over 1? Now I need to get, of these two parts, I need to get the same denominator. So that's mean I'm gonna multiply this one by the same root. Y prime is going to be negative x squared over square root minus x squared
That times 7.
plus, no, I'm talking about, I need to multiply this part so I can get the same denominator.
Okay.
So I'm gonna multiply this one by square root of 4 minus x squared. So on the top, it's going to be 4 minus x squared. On the bottom, it's going to be what?
Square root of 1 minus x squared.
Okay? Plus, let's check here. I'm done from this one. Let's check here. Need to find the common denominator here. So multiply this one by 49 over 49. Yes?
Yes.
So it's going to be square root of 49 minus x squared over 49 and everything over 7. Is that cool? Now let's check. Y prime is going to be equal. Combine these together. There's going to be square root of 4 minus x squared. And on the top is going to be what? Negative x squared plus 4 minus x squared. Plus, can I get the 49 from the root? So it's going to be 7. That's mean it's going to be square root of 49 minus x squared over 7 and everything over 7. And what's the next step? No, you can simplify it more.
Well, I mean, I did the twos.
You're gonna
Negative two,
combine
yeah.
these.
That's all I did.
Yeah.
So y prime is going to be negative 2x squared plus 4
You went all the way up.
over, it's minus 4, right? The plus 4. Square root 4 minus x squared. And here,
So you keep the top. So
plus 49 minus x squared over 7
7,
times 1
1 over 7.
over 7.
So it's over 49, right? Cool.
That means y prime X squared. 4 square root of minus x squared. Plus square root of 49 minus x squared. Divide by 49. And the cool thing last semester, what the students did, said, wow, I can simplify it. Instead of these two. And he told me, oh, this one is xi. Like it's all math. So you can do that. Okay. See. See? It's just a feeling. Check here. Write down this and flip this one. So when you flip this one, not to be what? So 1 over 7, flip this one, so square root is going to be here. 1 minus x squared over 1.
What you have? Oh, no, you didn't, you put it on top.
Yes. This one is going to be here. So yeah, not that much change.
Let's change the whole.
So this is towards what? So here is going to be 1 over 7 square root of 1 minus x squared over 9. Combine this here. Again, this is plus. Going to be 1 over 7 square root of 1 minus. Let's combine these together. That's what we did.
49 minus x squared.
Yes. 49 minus x squared. Okay.
Then that'll become 7 times.
The switch. So we can- Okay, so the same thing here is going to be here. So it's going to be 1 over 7. 1 over, here is the 7. And on this side is going to be square root of 49 minus x squared over 7. Yes or no? Now can I cancel these? Yes, yeah. Now. 49 minus x squared. See, it's just a feeling.